Welcome to DMWay Analytics. Our goal is to break the barriers of predictive analytics, democratizing machine learning for all types of organizations looking to get into data analytics or scale up. Whether you are a domain expert, business analyst, BI developer, or big data expert, predictive analytics is now available to everyone for generating models that holds years of data science experience. DMWay is your predictive analytics self-service platform that puts you on the fast track to automated analytics for making data-driven predictions and decisions. In this video, we are going to show you how to work with our tools, set new models, run analysis, and deploy model scoring results on other systems. Here we provide a project demo with two models, logistic and linear, using data from a targeting or behavioral targeting problem. The goal is to predict as accurate as possible the probability of a user to respond to an offer he or she receives. Upon opening our interface, the navigation bar on the left allows you to create new projects, review recent projects, and access the help file. To begin, click on Projects. Here's where you can create, open, and manage models within a project. Options are now to either review an existing model or create a new model. Let's create a new project by going to Projects and clicking New. Here you set a project name. In this case, we will use DMWay Demo. And now you create a model within your project. The model name is unique within each project. Name your project name. And as a second option, you can set a model description, which we will use model description. There are 3 steps from uploading your file and exporting your predictive model. The first step is the model setup. Input definitions. This is where you upload your file and split the data into training and validation sets, which can be done manually using the manual option or automatically by selecting random sampling. Once the splitting option is chosen, click on Import to upload your file. If you choose random sampling, define splitting the ratio. Number 2, metadata. Setting the metadata describes the columns of the input data set. Define the unique identifier key. In this case would be account column. The next variable to define is the target variable. By is the target to determine whether the user accepted the offer and bought something. Amount we will exclude, which is the amount of purchases the user has done using the offer. The rest of the variables are set as predictors and will be used by the modeling process in estimating the probability of the user to respond. And 3, model definitions. Choose a name for your model. Write your description, select your target, select model type. Linear estimates the expected value, for example, customer lifetime value. Logistic estimates the probability of an event, and in this case it's for a customer to respond to the offer. Advanced options. Under advanced options, you're able to tweak several parameters that will define your model. For more information, please check the help file. Select logistic and run. Now to speed things up, we've already created the model. Click on Validation and select Charts. Go back to Model tab, select Validation, and click Model Validation. Now to explain the reports, here you see the cumulative gains chart for the training and validation data sets with a comparison of the two. In each chart, the horizontal axis represents the percentage of the population. The vertical axis represents the percentage of total responders. The null model assumes we have no additional information on the customers, and if we randomly select 50% of the total population, we should get an average of 50% of total responders. Using our model, we have ranked the customer from highest likely to respond to the lowest. For example, by selecting the top 10% of the users, you will get 45% of the total users who will respond to the offer. The consistency of the model is verified by inspecting the validation data set. The green line is expected values based on the model predictions. The orange line is the actual results. The closer the two curves, the more consistent the model is. So in this case, both curves look consistent. And on the validation versus training tab, you can compare it at a glance, the model performance on the training versus validation data sets. Let's move to model summary. In the variables column is the data selected to build the model. The transformations column lists the transformation that is used on each variable in order to create a feature that is used for building of the model. These transformations include piecewise, overlapping, and categorical, among others. The predictor column lists the internal predictor names that are assigned to the features generated from each variable. The description column shows a brief description of the feature. The model summary also gives the estimated coefficient, standard error t-value, and associated p-value of each feature. Let's now take care of the correlation between predictors. Click on Correlation Summary. You can see here the correlation between pairs of predictors sorted from the highest correlation to the lowest. Furthermore, DMWay also removes correlated predictors that may be too high. Click Predictors Removed. This is where DMWay removes predictors that are not significant in the final model, which is part of the feature selection process. Once we have created the model, validated run through the reports, and understand how the system created the model, we move to the next step, which is deploying the model. Go to Scoring, select Generate Scoring Code tab, choose the language in which to export the model, example, select Java, fill in the package name, and then fill in the class name, select location of the file, and while selecting the location of the file, you now generate the code and open scoring code file. And while this file is opening, you should see this is what your Java code looks like. You can now either take this code and deploy it on your database, or select Score Data and upload new data to be scored. DMWay is the safest and most effective way for organizations to harness the power of predictive analytics. Contact us today.